Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I recently posted a video of my hair and makeup, and I got some comments that it was a bit too fast. So I'm doing this for those people who really want to know what I did to achieve both looks. So I already did the hair video, and this is the makeup video, so enjoy it. If you're not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, and if you've been subscribed already, thank you so much for your love and support. I appreciate you. So today I'm going to start up with my eyebrows, and yes, I'm using my usual pencil, my Davis pencil, and I'm just drawing the outline, and then after filling in the hairs with small strokes from the pencil. So I keep checking to see if the brows are still looking the same, or if one is bigger or if one needs more touch up. So yeah, that is what is happening. So after I have filled in my brows, I go ahead and use my LA Girl Pro Concealer and highlight my eyebrows. Now I'm using a little bit of very light concealer. Oh, it's not very light, but it's lighter than my shade. So I'm going to highlight my eyebrows with this concealer, and then later on I will conceal the same concealer with foundation so that it is the same skin tone as my. Make a mistake, you can always correct it with your pencil or brow gel, or even with your concealer. So, and also if you want to learn how to conceal easily and faster, make sure your hand is firm and steady. It's not shaky. If your hand is shaky, chances are you're going to make mistakes when you're concealing. So after I have concealed my eyebrows, I go in with my sponge brush. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a sponge, you know. So I go in with that and then try to blend the concealer into my skin, and also drag it down to my eyelid to create as a clean sheet for me to work my eyeshadow. So I blend the concealer into my skin using this thingy. I don't know what it's called, but it has a tiny sponge on it. So after I have done that, then I go ahead and put more concealer on my eyelids, and then blend it all over my eyelids. This is because you want to create a clean sheet where you can put your eyeshadow. It's like eyeshadow priming, because when you do this, it makes sure that your eyeshadow is popping and you're able to, you know, see your colors and blend properly. So after I've applied the concealer, I use a fluffy brush and place powder on it. Sorry, after you've concealed your eyelids, use a fluffy brush and set your eyelids. I went in with my first transitioning color using another fluffy brush. I used with eyeshadow, what I know is that you have to keep blending. You have to blend as much as you can. Keep blending until you find your perfect tone. The more you blend, the smoother your shades are going to turn out. So after I go back in with a darker brown still from the same palette, and I pack that into my crease. Still into my crease. This is so that I can deepen my crease area, so that my crease can become more defined. So after I go back with my another big fluffy brush, the one I started with my transitioning color, and then go back into my transitioning color and go over my crease, over the dark brown that I have already put, so that I can smudge out the crease so that the transitioning colors are more visible. I don't know if I'm making sense, but yeah, that is what is happening. I go back into my transitioning color and go above my crease and try to blend that out so that I have a smooth transition. So after, I am going to be using my same concealing brush that I used for my brows and go back into that concealer into a lighter concealer. Now I'm using a way lighter concealer now, so to cut my crease. When you're cutting your crease, what you want to do is, according to how much you want your eyeshadow in the cut crease to pop, you use a bright color. Now I'm going to be using a very soft color you know, and I want it to pop, so that's why I'm using a very bright concealer. I'm going in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer again, but in a lighter shade. I'm sorry I don't know these shades, guys, but it's very light. Yeah, so I go ahead and cut my crease. When you're cutting your crease, take your time. I know my video looks a bit fast, but if you are going to cut your crease, be sure to take maximum time. My sleek makeup palette, yeah, that one, my sleek makeup palette, and I am going to wet my brush because I want my eyeshadow to pop, and I picked a golden color and packed it into the cut crease, into my crease. So you pat that all over your lid. Yeah, and like I said, the secret to making your eyeshadow pop, use a wet brush or wet the eyeshadow itself and then pop it. If you want your cut crease to pop, whatever color you want to go with, use that same kind of concealer or eyeshadow base. Some people use eyeshadow base, but I'm working with a concealer. I feel like they kind of have like the same similarities, so use whatever you have. If you have concealer, fine, use that. If you have eyeshadow base, then well and good. So while you're finishing off and balancing it, so I go back into my Ushers palette and use that same peach orangish color to clear out the harsh line between my cut crease and my eyeshadow in my outer corner, the outer corner of my eye. So I'm trying to create a smooth blend of my eyeshadow in the cut crease into the outer corner. After that, I also went back in with that deep brown that I had put in my inner corner and in my cut crease and deepened it more. So as you can see, there's a smooth transition from the eyeshadow, from the bright shadow to the inner corner. So now I'm going to be applying my eyeliner, and guys, eyeliner is one of the things that is not very easy to work with. Like, you need to take a deep breath when you're applying eyeliner. But yeah, this eyeliner has really been smooth to work with. I really like it. I bought it online. Yeah. So I'm doing a small wing eyeliner. So I'm winging it just a little bit at the corner. I'm doing the same for the other eye. Apply liner. If you want to do a very nice wing, what you do is that you flick the extreme corner of your eye. Just flick it up. It's the first thing you do. Flick the left corner of your eye, the extreme end of the eye. Flick it up in a wing, and then you start to shape it according to that flip. I think I'm going to do a video about applying eyeliner very soon, so that you guys can get clearly what I mean. That is a very easy technique of doing a wing liner. So after I applied my wing liner, I wanted it to pop, so I went ahead. I made it bold by applying concealer also below it, so that it can be well defined. After you apply concealer, make sure to blend it out using that sponge-like brush. You know, that's my secret. I feel like a beauty blender is a bit too big, so it might mess up with my work. So I use this tiny brush to blend out any area of concealer that I feel like is not easily reached. So yeah, I think my eyes are almost done. So after that, we are going to do mascara. So I did mascara on my eyes, and this mascara, guys, I don't know if you can see it well in the video, but it exaggerated my eyelashes. Like, I don't know, I cannot say it in words, but this mascara is a balm. Like, it's a balm. So yeah, I'm applying mascara, and I know you guys cannot see it very well because I didn't zoom in well, but look at those lashes, you guys. It elongated my eyelashes. While I was applying it, I felt like I was, adding mascara to falsies. So yeah, I think we're almost done with the eyes. So that other part, I was clearing out some of the mascara, droplets that had gone onto my eyeshadow. I had to clear them out. And yeah, so now we're going to do, I was doing the face. I primed my face with hydrating mist. This hydrating mist, this is the foundation I use, True Match. You guys, I must say, True Match is one foundation that I would recommend for anyone. Why? And this is not a paid ad, by the way, but True Match is a foundation that will make you feel like you're not wearing foundation, but nevertheless leave your skin looking flawless. This is a foundation that you can wear to work. It's not very exaggerated. It's not full coverage. It's medium coverage, but with a few more puffs, it covers very well, and it's not heavy on the skin. It's not heavy on the skin. I use True Match. Like, I feel like my life is here. My life is with this foundation. So yeah, I'm applying True Match foundation by L'Oreal, and I go in with my foundation brush, and then afterwards I use a damp beauty blender to blend out the areas near my hairline and any areas that I feel like have not been properly blended by the brush. The brush actually helps you to apply your foundation way faster, but it doesn't blend more than a beauty blender. So it's good you start with a foundation brush, and then after go and clear out any spaces and areas that have not been reached with a beauty blender. So after I've applied foundation, as usual, you guys, look at that flawless skin. Like, L'Oreal, girl, I love this eye foundation. So I'm applying again LA Pro Concealer to brighten my under eye and the tip of my nose and the forehead and my chin, the T-zone. So now I am blending out my concealer from my under eye. Also, when I'm applying my concealer, I do not directly put it under my eye, because that area I leave it for blending. When you blend the concealer, it moves to those areas, so you don't need to put it directly under your eye. That will make you have a cakey look. So yeah, I'm blending my concealer in all those areas. And now that I am done blending my concealer, I am using the Romantic Bud palette for contour. And you guys, this contour was, by the way, one of my faves when I just started out doing my makeup. I used to like it so much. I just, that palette has been with me for years. So if you see the state it's in, it's because it has fought wars. So yeah, I am applying my contour. So when you don't know where your contour line is, what you do is that you squeeze your cheeks in. Now, apparently I know where my contour line is, but I have gained weight over this quarantine period that I no longer have a contour line. I just have fat cheeks everywhere, guys. Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, I contoured my area. What you want to do is that, what contour helps you guys, you have to contour your face until you feel like the life has come back to it. Like, you don't feel like you are a cake that has been baked fresh from the oven. When you apply concealer, it's very bright, so if you don't contour, you will not look nice. Okay, so I also contoured my nose. Now, contouring my nose, I don't like contouring my nose excessively to look like it's not mine. But yeah, I still contour it to, define the length and the sharpness. Yeah. So what I do is that I have specific brushes. You use a smaller brush for your contour for the nose, so that the contour doesn't spread everywhere. It stays in a specific region and enables your nose tip to, bridge and tip to be highlighted. So yeah, be baking. But I have used a highlighter that is very highlighting enough. Now, when you bake, it helps with controlling oils, but sometimes the oils will still break out during the day. So I don't recommend you to bake because you want to control oils or if your skin is oily. Baking is good when you've not highlighted with a bright concealer. Normally what I do, if I use a bright concealer to highlight, I don't bake. I just set the concealer. like what I'm doing now. Now I'm setting my concealer. But normally, if I use a concealer that is not as highlighting, then I can bake. Now for the tip of the nose, I'm going to bake it because I need it to be sharp. So I'm going to be baking it for a very small time. And yeah, so I'm setting the concealer has been set, and since I use powdered contour, I'm not setting my contour, it's already set. I'm going to set the rest of my face, the whole face, with my powder. I'm sorry I didn't show it to you, but it's called La Femme. So after I have set my whole face, I apply my blush, and I am still using Usha's palette. It has highlight. That palette, by the way, is very nice. It has highlight, it has eyeshadow, and it has contour and blush. It's like a whole set, you guys. So I'm applying a blush. It's a pinkish tone blush. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry I didn't show you the products, but I'm going to try my best to describe them so that you can easily find them in case you want them. So I'm applying my blush, and you guys, blush gives people life. You see me dancing because I feel like this bit is coming to life. It's starting to make sense, you guys. So I am removing that baking powder that I had put on my bridge. I think it has baked enough. It has become bright and highlighted enough. So moving on to the lips, we are going to firstly set our face. So I'm setting my face with my MAC Studio Fix Prep and Prime. I think this is a setting spray everyone should have. It's on point. It's top notch. After that, I'm going to highlight before I go to the lips. And at this point, I'm sure things are going so well. Yeah. So firstly, I had used the wrong brush to highlight my nose. I normally use a pencil brush, so that one I use it for my cheekbones, and that's why I didn't really overdo that. So I'm highlighting my cheekbone. Now highlight is one thing. One thing I've learned about highlight, and I've had many people talk about, is that once you start highlighting, there's something in you that just won't let you stop highlighting. You feel like you need to add more. I had to like hold myself back and tell myself I need to stop. So yeah, at some point I had to blend it properly with my blush. Yeah, so there I am again, still highlighting. So yeah, after that, that's the pencil brush I normally use for the nose, so it helps me precisely highlight the tip of my nose and not anywhere else. So I don't want to overly highlight my nose. Honestly, I've baked it. That's enough highlight. So yeah, I'm going back with my pencil that I used to blend my contour of the nose, and that is the contour of the jawline. Is that what it's called? Yeah, and I recently learned that you can also highlight your forehead. I wasn't really the kind that does that, but it's actually nice. It brings some life to your forehead and chin. Yeah, so basically highlight that face, bring that glow on, but be sure to control yourself, because you might end up forgetting, and just keep highlighting. So yeah, that was it for the highlight. Now we are going to the lips finally. So I'm lining my lip with the usual Davis pencil, our local pencil. So I'm outlining my lips, and yeah, what you want to do, by the way, a tip, you want to moisturize your lips while you're doing the rest of your makeup, because by the time you get to the lips, they need to be soft and moisturized enough for whatever you're going to apply on them. So yeah, that's me enjoying my moment. So I used this Milani lipstick to outline the borders of my lip, and then after that, so yes, I finished outlining my lip. So I go in with a nude lipstick in the middle, I think this one is called Matte. So I applied that in the center of my lips and above to create that ombre. I use my finger to blend it out because it's a bit easier since I'm working on myself, but if I'm working on someone else, I use a brush. Yeah, so a brush can do the same job, but yeah, whatever is available and is easier for you to use. So yeah, you'd say I'm done, but I felt like I could do more to the lips, so I didn't end there. But you guys, that glow was wow. So I went ahead with my Romantic Bad lipstick in the shade that is orangish and nudish. I don't know that shade, guys. Over 9, over 6, I think. So I added that in between the Milani and the matte nude and blended it well, and yes, that was the lip I was looking for, you guys. So I went ahead to add mascara to my bottom lashes, and yes, now I was doing my under eye. So I added mascara. You guys, this mascara did miracles to my eyelashes. If you can see that my eyelashes actually looked longer. They looked longer. So after that, I went ahead to also apply the inner corner liner. I extended my wing liner into my inner corner. And after that, I went and added the brown that I put in my cut crease, that brown eyeshadow, that dark brown. I smudged it under my eye. Sorry, you can't see that. I'm so sorry. I was carried in the moment, you guys. So yeah, I went ahead to do that and finished off my face, and voila, that was the look. It's been a long journey. Thank you for watching.